Awesome.
One car to always keep an eye on is this number 7 car piloted by Robbie Gordon. Now, it's one thing to get an 11th place finish at Talladega. It's another thing to do so after traveling halfway across the country. Now, Robbie, you went to do some of your rally racing last weekend, had to have P.J. Jones practice and qualify the car. You go to Talladega, and just first of all, I mean, that was an incredible experience, but what was the culture shock like going from Paris to Talladega, Alabama?
Well, we traveled 3 countries. We picked up all of our equipment in Paris. That's where we left it after the Dakar rally was canceled. And then we drove it actually down the Autobahn through Germany, Austria, and into Hungary, which was pretty cool. You know, all of our big semi-trucks and the race cars driving right down the highway was pretty neat. And we went there and had a good run. We ran in the top 5 for the first 5 days and ended up breaking a spindle and still finishing 10th with my car and 7th with the other car. So pretty good run for us.
Hey, Robbie, you know, when we all take vacations in the wintertime, you know, it's to relax, and then, you know, we do our deal and we come back and everything feels a little different. What is it like to go to Romania and Hungary right during the Cup season? I mean, when you flew in Saturday night to Talladega, did you feel weird, or, I mean, was it just all normal?
Well, you know, the weirdest part I felt was, God, I hope the car was like it was at Daytona. You know, we really we had a good car at Daytona. We finished 8th at the 500. And to go back there and, how do I say it, I rode around for 2/3 of the race, and as the time to go, I just didn't go early enough, and we ended up 11th.
Okay, so that leads me to my next question. Is practice and all that overrated at Talladega? Because you finished 11th.
I think in restrictor plate races it is overrated. But it's only overrated because we test earlier in the year. We go to the Daytona test, and we spend 3 days down there at Daytona. We spend a week at Daytona running our cars. So the information you learn back then that you keep applying. And every time you run these cars, you just learn more. And the more you can learn, obviously, the better you can be.
Well, you know, you and I are friends. We might not be after this question, but I was down the shop the other day. What a beautiful facility. And I was walking by, and I saw Robbie Gordon. And then I saw crew chief. It had a revolving door.
You like that?
Another crew chief. Tell me what the story is.
Well, you know, how do I say it? I mean,
you're looking for something, right?
I'm looking for Greg Irwin #2. Yeah. And, you know, we had it with Greg, and it was the chemistry was good. And, you know, your buddy and my buddy, Frank Kerr, was there. We weren't clicking, though. I got to be honest. We're sitting here 27th in points. And with the cars we have and the stuff we have and the information
and you do have a
sharing that we have, there's no reason that we should be 27th in points. So I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, you have a fantastic facility. That's my question. Now, as a car owner, you're less than 220 out of the chase. Are you thinking hard about it as the car owner, saying, man, I need to get there for Jim Beam, for Dodge, and all your sponsors?
Well, that's the reason we made the change. The reason we made the change is hopefully better performance. But, I mean, Frankie's a smart guy, and I don't know if we're going to have better performance, but we had to do something different because we're sitting here 27th in points.
Robbie, you're multi-talented. When I look at you, I just don't see a race car driver. I see a man that is incredibly talented, controlling your shop, taking care of your employees. I mean, is there somebody that we don't know? What is his or her name? Who helps you do all this?
Well, I think, you know, at the end of the day, there's good people in the shop. I mean, you know, Frank Kerr was the crew chief, but Ed Guzzo's there running the race shop. You know, we have department managers in every department. Allison Poland does a good job running the shop, and you know, I really, like you said, I took off for 2 weeks, and we went to the Dakar Rally and showed up at Talladega and finished 11th. Obviously, during that 2 weeks, I wasn't there to run the show. There's other people that keep this race team revolving week in and week out. One
little question. Do you think you can get in here and get burnt out? Do you think sometimes that time you take off makes you a better race car driver here?
Well, I think any time you can learn about other people's equipment. Now it's not just our equipment. It's what I can learn from Volkswagen or Mitsubishi or BMW and apply it to our race teams. It doesn't matter if it's a drag race team. There's things that drag racers do that you can apply to what we do here at Stock Cars. So it's information for me. Every time I get to go do one of these things, I learn more.
And the thing is, Robbie, is what impresses me. Last year, you were strong and single car team, without a doubt, strongest single car team. But something caught Mr. George Gillette's eye. They merged. You merged with them, and you told me it's been a really good association.
Well, what we have, and it's working really good, is basically an information share. And if you look at it, we obviously didn't follow the notes very well. The the other 3 cars, they're 3rd, 7th, and 9th. So
and you're always honest. I love it.
Hey, I mean, we got off track a little bit, and actually we got off track going through tech line. I don't know if you know that we were late there going to tech for qualifying, and the car came through high. We had to adjust on it. And unfortunately, they didn't allow us to readjust the sway bar, so it was tight. But now that we're able to take the rounds back out of it, I think we'll be good when it comes time to go racing.
Will this continue, though, this relationship with Abraham Gillette? Will it prosper to where this team, this organization can compete like Hendrick and Roush right now?
Well, I think that's the idea, is being able to share information. You know, the days that there's been days that we've been better than them, but most of the time they're better than us. And at the same time, we can learn from each other, and that's a good thing.
Hey, Robbie, last year you saw Kenny Wallace do it. We've seen guys do it over the years. The popular vote to get in the Sprint All-Star race. We were trying to go CNN this weekend and give everybody a chance to get up on their stump in this year of election. What are you going to tell the fans to vote Robbie in this thing?
Well, how do I say it? I've got a good support staff out there. The fans
Look
that
at
are
him
there.
over there.
We got
T-shirts already.
That's cool,
we don't mess around here, but I've got great sponsors with Jim Beam, and they're behind this thing big, and they're doing a big campaign promoting this thing, and hopefully we'll get voted in. You know, we've raced in the All-Star race before. We've earned our way in. Actually, we shouldn't have to get voted in. We got burned on fuel mileage at Sonoma last year, or we'd be in this race. So I think our team's good enough that if we get in, we can win it.
Robbie, thanks a lot for coming by, man. We'll see you in the victory lane.
Good job, Robbie.
Thank you.
Good luck,
Awesome.
Robbie.
Thanks,
That's
guys.
Robbie
Good
Gordon.
job,
He's
man.
going to
Do
be
good.
out there
Thank you.
tonight fighting through this
Thanks.
crowd here. As Robbie Gordon goes off, we got to take a quick commercial break, but we still have much more to come on this edition of NASCAR Race Day, built by the Home Depot. We'll get you down on the grid and talk to the drivers before 400 laps of beating and banging at Richmond.